My name is Jeremy and I'm an international student from Singapore studying the Russian language in Moscow. As I mentioned in my previous video, what brought me to Russia was my fascination with Russian music and songs. I wanted to get to know them deeper and immerse myself in the language. Initially, the melodies captured my attention. They were so enchanting that I didn't feel the need to understand the lyrics for many years. However, it was after the suggestion of Russian friends to find out the meaning of the lyrics behind the songs that I stumbled into another dimension of meaning and beauty. With that being said, I would like to record several videos where I talk about some of my favorite Russian songs, and I also hope that you will take a liking to them. I will explore their background and summarize their text briefly. And as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert in these songs, I'm not Russian, nor am I from the Soviet Union, and I'm still learning about them as I study the Russian language. Please correct me if I say something wrong or if you have anything to add. I will also attempt to perform these songs with my modest guitar capabilities, and I hope you bear with my singing. The song for today's video is called "Я спросил у ясеня." I asked the ash tree, and it's one of the several songs composed by Mikhail Talyveryev from the highly successful 1976 film Ironia Судьбы или С легким паром, The Irony of Fate or Enjoy Your Bath by director Eldar Ryazanov. Filled with witty anecdotes and inspirational quotes, this movie is the most successful movie from the Soviet Union and is broadcasted on television every New Year's Eve to celebrate the New Year's Day. It can be viewed on YouTube free with English subtitles, and I highly recommend it, and I will put a link in the description. I will attach a simple vocal score on the video, and if you can read Russian or music notation, please feel free to sing with me. And after the performance, we'll talk more about the song. Please enjoy.
Я спросил у ясеня, где моя любимая? Ясень не ответил мне, качая головой. Я спросил у тополя, где моя любимая? Топол забросал меня осеннюю листвой. Я спросил у осени, где моя любимая? Осень не ответила проливным дождем. У дождя я спрашивал, где моя любимая? Только дождик слезы лил за моим окном. Я спросил у месяца, где моя любимая? Месяц скрылся в облаке, не ответил мне. Я спросил у облака, где моя любимая? Облако расталая в небесной синеве. Друг ты мой единственный, где моя любимая? Ты скажи, где скрылась, знаешь, где она? Друг ответил преданный, друг ответил искренний, была тебе любимая, была тебе любимая, была тебе любимая, а стала мне жена. Я спросил у ясеня, я спросил у осени, я спросил у тополя.
Mikhail Taliviev, the composer of the film, is of Armenian descent and is a student of composer Aram Khachaturian in the Gnesin Music Academy in 1957. He is also the composer of over 100 Soviet movies, and apart from film music, his compositional output includes song cycles from contemporary poems and incidental music for musical theatre. Taliviedev's musical style is unassuming and charming, and I highly recommend his take on Shakespeare's poems from the movie Adam Zhanitsa na Yevye, Adam Marries Eve, which is also available on YouTube. In this performance, a small orchestra accompanies him while he recites and reads the poems and play the piano, and I fancy it very much. Next, the text of the song is written by Soviet playwright Vladimir Kirshon in 1929. Not much is known about him today, but this text was originally for his play Bolshoi Dien, The Big Day, and was even set into music by composer Tikhon Khrennikov. Unfortunately, all music from the play has been lost and nobody remembers anything of it. And lastly, we cannot move on without mentioning the performer of the song, Sergei Nikitin. He belongs to a category of bard musicians who write their own songs and performs them. What is different from them from our everyday pop stars is bards write music to be sung and not to be sold. They usually have a non-musical day occupation, and in this case, Sergei Nikitin was a biophysicist researcher in a Moscow university. He is one of my favorite musicians because his songs are very witty and humorous, and he performs them with sincerity, and he has a very kind face. So how did this poem find itself in the movie? It was common practice to insert songs sporadically between film scenes to serve as a replacement to monotonous dialogue and still being able to narrate and carry the story forward. It might be strange for characters to suddenly break into song, but this is not an unfamiliar concept. We have seen this strategy employed in American Broadway theatre, Bollywood movies, and Disney cartoons. Same thing in Soviet movies. Directors would request their composers to write songs based on existing poems, and in this case, I Asked the Ash Tree was chosen, set into song, and immortalized ever since. Now I will give a brief run through of the song, and unfortunately there will be nuances lost in translation, but at least the overall gist is there. The title of the song is I Asked the Ash Tree. What did I ask the ash tree? I asked the ash tree, where is my beloved? And the ash tree doesn't reply me and shook his head. I asked another tree now, the poplar tree, the same question, where is my beloved? And the tree answered me by showering autumn leaves. Now I ask autumn the same question, where is my beloved? Autumn doesn't reply me and showered me with rain. And now I ask the rain, where is my beloved? The rain answered me by spattering her tears outside my window. Next, I ask the moon, where is my beloved? The moon doesn't reply me and disappeared behind the clouds. And then I ask the clouds, where is my beloved? And the clouds vanish into the blue sky. Now I ask my one and only friend, where is my beloved? And my friend replied, she was once your beloved, she is now my wife. For me, this song evokes feelings of resignation, but also moments of hopefulness. I feel that the message of this song is to take charge and be ready to seize opportunities that could change the trajectory of your life. It is totally acceptable if you have another interpretation of the song. I will end this video with this song again, this time with English subtitles. And if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying all the way, and have a nice day.
Я спросил у ясеня, где моя любимая? Ясень не ответил мне, качая головой. Я спросил у тополя, где моя любимая? Топол забросал меня осеннюю листвой. Я спросил у осени, где моя любимая? Осень не ответила проливным дождем. У дождя я спрашивал, где моя любимая? Только дождик слезы лил за моим окном. Я спросил у месяца, где моя любимая? Месяц скрылся в облаке, не ответил мне. Я спросил у облака, где моя любимая? Облако расталая в небесной синеве. Друг ты мой, единственный, где моя любимая? Ты скажи, где скрылась, знаешь, где она? Друг ответил предо мной, друг ответил искренний: была тебе любимая, была тебе любимая, была тебе любимая, а стала мне жена. Я спросил у ясеня, я спросил у осени, я спросил у тополя,